Donald Trump will have to rethink how he addresses Justin Trudeau, as the Prime Minister of Canada has officially stepped down. In his place, a new leader has emerged, Mark Carney, the new head of the Liberal Party. His first speech in office directly challenged the person who has been stirring tensions with Canada. The reaction from Canadians to Carney's words was overwhelmingly clear. When he called out Trump's tariffs, there were resounding boos. When he criticized Trump's rhetoric, the reaction was the same. It was a unified response from our neighbors to the north, one that is sure to rattle Trump. We'll dive into all the details, but before we do, I'd appreciate it if you could leave a like on this video. And if you enjoy our content, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. It truly helps us out. Now let's get into it. Mark Carney's response.
Canada needs more of this type of change. Change that puts more money in people's pockets. Change that makes our companies more competitive. Change that builds the strongest economy in the G7. Now, there's someone who's trying to do the opposite. There's someone who's trying to weaken our economy. Donald Trump. Donald Trump. And Donald Trump, as we know, has put, as the Prime Minister just said, unjustified tariffs on what we build, on what we sell, on how we make a living. He's attacking Canadian families, workers, and businesses, and we cannot let him succeed. And we won't. We won't. I am proud of the response of Canadians who are making their voices heard and their wallets felt. I am grateful for how our provinces are stepping up to the fight, because when we are united, we are Canada strong. The Canadian government has rightly retaliated and is rightly retaliating with our own tariffs that will have maximum impact in the United States and minimum impact here in Canada. And my government will keep our tariffs on until the Americans show us respect. And until they can join us in making credible and reliable commitments to free and fair trade. As Krista did. Yeah. And in the meantime, we will ensure that all the proceeds from our tariffs will be used to protect our workers. Les Américains
the Americans
veulent nos ressources,
they want our resources,
notre eau,
our water,
notre territoire,
our land,
notre pays.
our country even.
Jamais, oui. Pensez-y.
Never. Think about that for a
Pensez-y.
moment.
Ça va détruire
That will
notre
destroy
façon d'être.
our way of life.
The Americans want our resources, our water, our land, our country. Think about it. If they succeeded, they would destroy our way of life. In America, healthcare is a big business. In Canada, it is a right. Thank you. America is a melting pot. Canada is a mosaic. Aux États-Unis,
In the US,
on ne reconnaît pas les
differences
différences.
are not respected or
On ne reconnaît
recognized.
pas les Premières
First
Nations.
Nations aren't recognized,
Et il n'y aura jamais
and the
de
French
droit à la langue
language
française.
would never have any rights.
La joie de vivre, La culture
La joie
et
de
la langue
vivre
française
culture
font
and the French
partie
language
de notre
are part of our
identité.
identity.
Et il faut les protéger, il
protect
faut
that.
les
We
promouvoir.
must promote that as well.
On ne les échangera jamais,
We'll never
jamais pour
give them
n'importe
up
quel
for
accord
any
commercial.
trade agreement.
No. Look, Canada, America is not Canada. And Canada never, ever will be part of America in any way, shape, or form. Look, we didn't ask for this fight. We didn't ask for this fight. But Canadians are always ready when someone else drops the gloves. So the Americans, they should make no mistake, in trade as in hockey, Canada will win.
I wanted to watch the full clip because, honestly, hearing those boos every time Trump was mentioned, it was something else. The response from Canadians was powerful and I absolutely appreciated it. To be honest, I almost feel like an honorary Canadian after seeing that reaction. Anyone from Canada watching? Drop a comment. I always love seeing that flag pop up. This moment highlights a crucial point. Whether it was Trudeau before or now Carney, Canadian leaders have consistently emphasized their commitment to maintaining strong relationships with their allies, including the US. But Trump has never really expressed the same sentiment. His approach often lacks an understanding of history and the value of strategic partnerships, instead favoring transactional relationships that serve his personal interests. This is why standing up to Trump matters. Every time he is met with no resistance, he gains more confidence in acting without accountability. When people surrender to his demands, it only strengthens his position, even when he is actually vulnerable. So yes, hearing the crowd's response was refreshing, and Carney's remarks on Trump's tariffs a few days ago are likely to hit a nerve. Let's take a closer look.
We are strong. And I would say as well, our economy is stronger than the American economy in the medium term. And we are going to be stronger than the American economy, particularly if the U.S. government continues to pursue these types of policies, because we are looking to expand our trading relationships. We do have opportunities to build this economy. We do have a better balance sheet than the United States. We do have a people who are united and determined to move forward. And that's one, I really want to emphasize this. The question was asked about travel schedule, moving around the country. What I'm finding on the ground across Canada is Canadians are determined, they're united, they have resolve, they want positive change, they want to move forward, and that's what we're offering to them. Thank you. Well, the first thing is that we're in a trade war, clearly. We didn't ask for this war. It was started by the Americans. Canadians are united in the response. We have several forms of response that we can take. It starts with the counter tariffs that were announced today. It includes many other options with respect to our resources, for example, including energy, and there are different types of energy. I don't think it's appropriate for me to pre-commit to anything with respect to either. And I would note there was a distinction in what both premiers said, which reflects different circumstances at the moment, but could change over time. I'm from Alberta. I always take an opportunity to come come to my home province. We've had some very good meetings in the energy sector over the course of the day. We have a good opportunity to speak to a wide range of people tonight. And look, I'm running to be leader of the Liberal Party. I am running to be Prime Minister. Every part of the country is important. I will spend as much time on the ground around the country hearing concerns, getting advice, getting energy, and bringing that back. Yes, I have to go back east because there's other parts of the country, and we'll be spending time in Quebec, Ontario, and then ultimately on March 9th. And if you are a Liberal Party voter, I'd just like to remind you to vote, ask you to vote for me in advance.
Canada-India relations are historic low. Any plans to bring them to normal level?
Well, look, what Canada will be looking to do is to diversify our trading relationships, and there's with like-minded countries, and there are opportunities to rebuild the relationships with India. There needs to be a shared sense of values around that commercial relationship, and if I am Prime Minister, I look forward to the opportunity to build that. Thank you.
I agree with the Prime Minister that Trump's intent here is to cause economic collapse in Canada and to attempt to annex our country.
Well, if that's his intent, he will not succeed. Our economy is very strong. Look, this is a serious situation, and it will cause pain to our workers, pain to our companies, pain to our economy for a period of time. My government, if I am Prime Minister, will do everything we can to alleviate that, but we're strong.
The tariff discussion, if we can even call it that, is quite absurd. Trump promotes tariffs as a catch-all solution, but his stance on them has constantly shifted. There are several reasons for his inconsistency, one being the economic damage they are causing. Business leaders are urging him to roll them back, which is why we've seen exemptions for certain industries like automakers. But if tariffs were so effective, why remove them in the first place? And if he reinstates them knowing they harm the economy, does he actually care about the consequences? Trump frames this as a national security issue, but the facts don't align. His claims about illicit substances entering the US from Canada, for example, don't hold up when the data shows improvements due to policy changes unrelated to him. What he truly seeks is more unilateral power, using national security as a justification to bypass Congress. It's part of a broader strategy to consolidate control, weaken his own party's influence, and push unchecked decisions that could disrupt the economy. It's a troubling situation both in terms of governance and economic stability. The fact that some leaders who claim to support free markets are staying silent speaks volumes. But what is encouraging is Canada's firm response. Giving in to Trump's tactics only emboldens him, which is why calling them out remains essential. If you appreciate this kind of analysis, make sure to hit that subscribe button and drop a like on the video. And if you made it this far, leave a blue heart in the comments. Until next time, I'll see you soon.